19th century is when it all began. 19th century is when it all began.
We'll spend and realize people gonna work angry. Let's build them railroads. Don't forget about the factories. And so many are homeless. And the rich in the slums, the rich in the cars. And immigration's high. The population's booming. Workers going wages. And better working conditions. Did you remember the protest the other day?
Of course I did. How could you not?
They're getting rowdy these days.
I heard that Carnegie was taking his workers and...
That was an easy way.
Don't worry, there is. Bell, and if you're tired of seemingly useless and tedious ways of communication, then I've come up with something just for you. The telephone! Easier than a telegram, faster than a letter. The telephone connects you to your friends and family like never before.
These labor protests are getting crazy.
Oh, I heard that Carnegie was providing donations for teachers and the establishment of public libraries.
So great.
Never would have been able to have this conversation without the use of the telephone. Thanks, Alexander Graham Bell. Kids.
We need them now! Give them to us now! Give them to us now!
It's May 4th, 1886, and we are in Haymarket Square outside of Chicago. There seems to be a labor riot happening out behind me, and there are police guards standing by to keep things generally calm.
We need jobs! We need them!
Can you please tell me why you're rioting?
Yes, the working conditions in the factory I work at, absolutely repulsive.
Yes!
My wages, not even enough to feed myself, let alone my 3 children. Are you kidding me now? Big business? You're sitting in your mansion, feet up next to the fireplace, while I'm scrounging to get a piece of toast. Totally unfair. Totally unfair.
Yay!
This is not going to be able to continue
As a
now.
police officer on site, how do you feel about this protest so far?
The protest is going pretty well. I mean, it's pretty peaceful so far.
Are you kidding me right now? We've been peacefully protesting for something we deserve, and you shoot one of us? This is an outrage!
Hello, and welcome to our program. Today, we would just like to welcome our very special guest, John D. Rockefeller. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
To start off, how about we find out what gave you the idea? What inspired you to take part of the petroleum business rather than something like textiles or...
You see, people like using lights. People need lights. And with lights, they use lamps, and lamps use kerosene. And kerosene is on high demand, and with high demand, there is high profits. And I love the smell of kerosene.
Thank you, I see. And is that a contributing factor to your growing industry?
Yeah.
So, how much of the industry do you control to date?
Oh, I control like 90% of the oil company.
Well, that sure is an awful lot.
Yes, it is. Go big or go home.
Now, let's address the underlying issue. So, what is your response to those who claim your practices are unethical, like predatory pricing?
You know, business is like a game. You have to play to advantage. So, sometimes I lower my prices so others who can afford to do the same can be out of business. And there is nothing wrong with that.
But why not give smaller companies a chance? You already own so much and make a decent profit. Why not give those who have trouble making money a chance?
I eliminate competition because I hate competition. So my game, my rules.
I see. Now, the New York Times states in an article that you are somebody crushing out competition, getting rich on rebates from railroads, bribing men to spy on competing companies, of making secret arrangements, of coercing rivals to join the Standard Oil Company under threat of being forced out of business, building up enormous fortunes on the ruins of other men, and soon. What's your response?
I work hard for everything I have, and I give over $500 million to charities and everybody who needs it. And all the people can see are my mistakes, but they don't see the good I do for the community. I try my best to be a good person and stay a businessman.
Well, I see we're out of time. Thank you for joining us, John D. Rockefeller.
It was nice to be here.
The Gilded Age began an age of urbanization and industrial growth. Inventions came about, including the telephone and other things that help daily life. There was information being passed around with ease. There were very large buildings and poor working conditions. Slums were what the poor people lived in, while the rich lived in mansions. Very crowded factories making it unsafe to work. Very poor tenants making it unsafe to live. Very immense amounts of people working in factories at once. Strikes and unrest among the factories took place. There were large buildings finally about, like the skyscraper, after the invention of the safety elevator. One effect was that children labor had become present. Large factories made it harder to escape as well. People were tired of this and wanted a change for the better.